Welcome to Interval Drinks
with your tipsy thespian pals, Chris
and SLP.
Oh, you pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you. Hello!
Hello! I was going to try and join in, but then I thought, no, hang on, the words change so often, I'm going to then say the wrong ones.
I do that as a round with kids in school.
Do you?
Chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang.
Oh.
As it all goes on. Yeah, it's really nice. They love doing that.
I'd love to be in your class. That sounds amazing.
I'd love to be in your class too.
Oh, great.
We should collaborate together on
We
something.
should.
The word...
Yeah, we're going to be doing shows and workshops and everything, aren't we?
The word I came to when thinking about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang is timeless.
Oh,
don't you think?
Yeah, it
I mean,
absolutely
it's such an
is.
iconic movie. Come on, we've got a flying car, a floating car. This is crying out for a movie remake, isn't it? Could you imagine the special effects with CGI and everything making that car fly? And
it is, and it's such like a family-oriented sort of one. But you know what isn't family-oriented? Our cocktail of the day today.
Is not, is it?
It's not family-oriented at all. It's a pretty shitty gangbang.
A pretty shitty gangbang. That's taking me back to Berlin 2004.
Oh dear.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, gosh. I should have let you sit that first. That is like a lethal pina colada.
I love that
almost.
one. Pina colada.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
that's got
just imagine what that would look like on the big screen.
What, a remake?
In 3D.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a 3D car?
Oh, gosh.
4D, 5D.
What even is 5D?
I've no clue. I've no clue.
Oh, heck.
But, you know, we were talking about our favourite songs from musicals.
Yes.
When we did our Children of Eden podcast,
Yes,
you said that your favourite song was...
Lost in the
I was waiting for that.
Wilderness.
Hushabye Mountain.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like hauntingly beautiful, that song.
Isn't it just adorable? But there's so many lovely songs. You've got like Posh in there, you've got Coochie Face.
Oh, and it's the Sherman Brothers, isn't it?
The Sherman Brothers.
Iconic.
Yeah. And the title song won the best Oscar for original song.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Chitty
really
Bang
good.
Bang.
God, it's a bit of a tongue twister, isn't it? Especially after a bit of that.
You always get those songs in film musicals that people tend to fast forward. So there's like Cheer Up Charlie in Willy Wonka.
No.
I love that.
I love that one.
And
I genuinely love that one. I don't know why that has so much hate.
I know,
love it.
and some even fast forward As Long As He Needs Me in Oliver, which for me is probably one of the best songs in the show.
Well, then I never want to be friends with those people ever.
And the same with Lovely Lonely Man.
Oh,
no. What a man. It's such a beautifully written song.
It's so lovely.
Yeah,
Lonely Man.
It's not a fast forward moment. That.
I don't really have any fast forward moments in this. In a lot of the times in musicals, there are ones that I, if they come up on shuffle, I'm like, oh right, kind of thing. I don't really have that in Chitty Chitty.
No, me neither.
I don't really have that. Of course, in the musical, the stage musical that was written, created after the film, I didn't realise it was that way around actually until I did my research, but it makes sense when I then thought about it. They added some extra songs in, didn't they? Did they keep all the original ones?
They kept all of the original songs, actually.
Yeah, and then they just added to it.
And they had that wonderful opening of the, there never was a car, there never was a car like this great car, which I really loved. It's a really good scene setter.
It's so good with is it the Grand Prix?
The Grand Prix,
yeah.
And I think in the film there's the opening credits that go on for about 3 days.
Yeah. I know, but it does set the scene, doesn't it? It really does. And there's always a bit, I listened to the original London cast recording with Michael Ball and Brian and everything like that. And that's the version that I went to see. In fact, I think it was like the second show I'd ever seen after The Lion King, which was my first West End show. And there's that wonderful sort of very old radio BBC voice right at the beginning where it's like, and the car's coming round the bend, and it's like, she's out of control, and I just love it. What an opening.
Isn't it brilliant?
And it's like got nothing really to do with the rest of the show.
I saw the Leeds Playhouse, or the West Yorkshire Playhouse as it was called then, production. It was their Christmas show with Darren Day as Karaticus.
Oh.
And do you know what? It was a mind-blowing production.
Was it?
Just as good as when I saw it at the Palladium all those years ago.
Oh, good.
It's really, really good. They did a brilliant job. There are some dark elements in Chitty.
There are.
The child catcher is incredibly...
It's genuinely scary.
Dark. And the Baron and Baroness.
Yeah.
It's
they get a bit more... comedy about them, but Childcatcher is just...
Yeah, definitely. It's hardly surprising then that Roald Dahl actually wrote the screenplay for the film.
I didn't know that.
He wrote the screenplay
No way. He's got a lot of I've read a lot of his adult short stories and things like that, and he's twisted. I love it. He's great.
He is dark. Guess what I've done?
What have you done?
I've created a Chitty Chitty Bang Bang quiz.
No, you haven't.
I have. We're going to get quizzical on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, amazing.
So can I kick you off with question number 1?
And is this for the audience or for me?
Yeah, for the audience.
Great.
You can put these on the socials or whatever you youngsters do.
I will. I certainly will.
What magic act does Chitty perform first? Float or fly?
Very good.
Does the car float or fly first? That's question number 1.
If you could have a superpower, would you want it to be flying? Because that's always my go-to answer if anyone asks me that.
To be able to fly. Do you know what? I'd love my superpower to be to see into the future.
Really?
Yeah, I would like to know what's ahead.
Okay.
Because I'm always a little bit anxious. You know, there's that thing about living in the moment.
Yes. Right. I'm going to counteract this, because then would you not, if you saw something not brilliant coming up, could it be the kind of future where you could change it, or would you just know that something's bad coming?
I'd like the ability to know what's coming and the ability to change my course if necessary.
So you'd like to be God?
I am God of the musical theatre. Dick Van Dyke, of course, still with us at time of recording.
Yes.
At the grand old age of 97. We sadly lost Sally Ann Howes in December of 2021.
Did you know that that Julie Andrews was originally offered the part in the film?
I did not know that.
She was originally offered it. She was in conversations about it. It sort of got a little way down the line, because that would, of course, be a iconic reunion of them after their success with Mary Poppins. But she, I don't know why.
I think she was probably, because she'd done quite a few things at that time with Disney, whether there was a contract conflict with Disney.
Yeah, maybe she was. Maybe she had family things. Maybe she was pregnant. I don't know. Looked into that, but I'm very delighted that we then had Sally.
Yeah, she's fabulous.
Thought she was wonderful.
I think Julie would have been equally as brilliant.
She would.
Yeah.
But would it be seeing? And it's interesting having just spoken about our what's it called? Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter in our Sweeney Todd episode, where they're often paired together, aren't they? And it's kind of become an iconic thing for them. Yeah. But would it be a bit tricky watching a new thing and not seeing Mary Poppins and Bert though? I quite like having it where you can sort of see Dick Van Dyke and then it's like, and now you're this new character. Yeah, exactly. I suppose it is nice to reunite actors sometimes, but you don't want it too close to any projects that you've done.
Question number 2.
Can
you name Karatakis Potts' 2 children?
Oh.
What are their names?
I can, because I've got it written down. I knew them anyway. I did.
I mean, what is not to love? It has all the elements of a perfect musical, does Chitty?
I think it really does.
With songs and dances. And I think it's crying out, not necessarily for a stage revival, because there's been a couple of those already happening.
There have been a few tours, haven't there?
Definitely a movie.
I know.
A new movie. Would that be good?
I think that would be wonderful.
As long as we
get a good director.
As long as we get a good director. And a good dick.
All right. Is that part of your
And I know Chitty's not Disney. It's often mistaken as a Disney film.
Yes,
it's not a Disney film. But Disney are sort of doing all of these remakes now, aren't they? I mean, The Little Mermaid has just come out yesterday, I think.
Yes, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm very excited to see this one.
Something like Chitty would be well worth.
I think so.
Well worth.
I think so. It's like you say, it's kind of got every element in, and it's got what am I trying to say? It sort of moves location a lot as well, and it's obviously got these amazing props. Well, you know, you'd have to find a car that can fly. I mean, film magic. Can I ask you, because I actually deliberately didn't look into this, because I kind of don't want to ruin the magic for myself, but also I am now asking you, so that doesn't really work. How does the car fly, Chris?
Well, it's hydraulics and smoke.
Oh.
Smoke and mirrors.
Smoke and mirrors.
Absolutely.
And hydraulics.
There's that famous...
But it's just so real.
The opening night, I think, the Prince of Wales, as he was then, went to watch at Chitty, and there was a technical error with the car, and the car started to fly, and the hydraulics kind of failed, and the car just came flat down, so they had to shut the curtain and rework it, and then open it up again, and then it started again.
Did it work the second time?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, can you imagine doing that in front of the now king?
Oh gosh, yes, of course.
Question number 3.
Number 3.
Which character sings the song Posh?
Oh!
Which character sings the song Posh?
I'll tell you who it is. It's my favourite character. That's who.
Yes.
Oh, well, one of them. No, one of them.
There are so many characters.
There are so many good characters in this.
Brilliant, isn't
the
it?
posh,
travelling along, the travelling along. And this film sort of framed my childhood. It's going back to the thing with Cats, where I watched it on loop.
Yeah, I had it on VHS as well.
It's just great.
Yeah. It's such a... It's a magical film, actually. And it's a very, very endearing family plot line, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because this family sort of gets formed, even though truly isn't part, but she very much becomes part of the family as they go. And it's sort of, you know, love can come from anywhere.
At first, the relationship is very fraught, isn't it?
Yes.
She tries to grass on the children for playing truancy. And then, they form this beautiful love affair of this failed inventor who then creates this sweet that you blow on and it makes a beautiful sound. Absolutely. What did... Oh, no, not what. Who?
Oh, who?
Is question number 4. Who did Karaticus buy Chitty from? What's his name?
Oh, gosh.
What is his name?
That's hard.
He's the scrapyard owner. What's his character called?
That's tricky.
That is a tricky one, isn't it?
Gosh. In the film, there are quite a few cameos, I believe, sort of famous face cameos. Is this a question coming up? Do you want me to... No? Okay. I was just like, oh, am I reading her eyes?
But Barbara Windsor, of course,
yes,
makes
Barbara
an
Windsor.
appearance, doesn't she?
Benny Hill.
Benny Hill,
is
of
the
course.
toy maker.
Yeah.
Did you know that Phil Collins was in it?
Sorry? What?
I really had to sort of, when I was looking this up, go, duh.
I did not know this. Who does
Phil,
he play?
as a child actor. So he's in the fairground bit, and he's sort of like, you can see...
Me, yeah! Look at me, yeah! That's one of my favourite lines in the whole thing.
God, it might be, that would be amazing. And then he was also featured as one of the children in the castle much later. But there was a whole thing of, I can't remember whether this was a costume thing or whether he genuinely, he had a bandage on his eye, right? And so he was cut out of that bit. And so Phil Collins has done like some interviews recently saying like, I was affronted that they were, that they cut me out of that. But he's still in the early bit.
Oh, brilliant.
But, so I don't know whether he genuinely had something wrong with his eye or whether it was just a costume choice, but it got him cut out of that bit. But yeah, Phil Collins, isn't it?
That's incredible.
Isn't it?
Question number 5.
Yes, go on.
What is the name of the Potts family dog?
I wouldn't know that. Oh, gosh. I can't wait to hear the answer after the podcast is finished. I don't know.
Interesting.
Is that a trick?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The dog is the one that discovers the actual TOOT-SWEETS making a sound.
Yes,
he chews on them and he goes, stop that whistling.
Oh.
His name is mentioned quite a few times in the thing, and it's quite a clever name when you think about what Karaticus is as a character, or who Karaticus is, rather.
Well, I hope you've got a better memory than I do, folks. Yeah, gosh. Did you know that, because of course, Karaticus and his father, Karaticus Sr., feature in the film, and we've got Dick Van Dyke as Karaticus Jr., what's he called, Lionel Jeffries as Grandpa, as Karaticus Sr. Dick Van Dyke was older than him when they filmed
it?
Yeah, so Lionel's playing his father, but he just looks much older, and he's not, he's younger. But he had like I think he was bald at that point or something like that, so he could kind of, I don't know, he looked like this mad old grandpa, but actually Dick Van Dyke was older.
Was older than him?
Yeah, how insulting! Yeah. I'd be really insulted. So props to Lionel for soldiering on through.
What invention does Karaticus take to the travelling funfair?
What number is this?
6.
6, lovely.
What invention device does Karaticus take to the travelling funfair?
To the funfair. Oh no.
Yeah! Look at me!
Yeah! They need some Pirelli's Miracle Elixir, that's what they need.
They do.
Oh gosh. I would absolutely kill. Oh, what have I done there? Oh no, I've done something. I would kill to do Chuchi Face as a little karaoke duet, wouldn't it?
Duet.
You're my little Chuchi Face. I would really love it. But the attempts all the way through to actually like kill her off.
I'd love a stab at the child catcher. Played by Richard O'Brien in the London Palladium production, of course.
Terrifying.
And I have a friend who was involved in the ensemble.
Yeah.
And he just said that Richard O'Brien was just a scream backstage.
Was he?
Yeah, a total scream.
Gosh.
But iconic. But the stamina you need to be an ensemble player in something like Chitty, Me Old Bamboo.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
It's huge.
You're going to come off the stage absolutely knackered. Sometimes you're doing 8 performances a week.
Yes. Well, there's that. There's TOOT-SWEETS. There's what's the big? They've got like a big ball scene later on, haven't they? It's a lot of dancing. It's got everything.
It has.
It's got everything it could ever want.
All the elements of a perfect musical. Question number 7. What is the name of the fictional country where the Baron and Baroness Bombburst rule? What is the name of the fictional country where the Baron and Baroness Bombburst rule?
Now, Chris, I've been having a think, and I would like to miscast this production. I would like to pick the worst possible, maybe not the worst possible, but some terrible choices for this. So, shall I go through the ones that I've chosen, or would you like to?
Yes, no, you go, then I'll add on to those.
Okay, so Caractacus Potts Jr., the main one, Brian Blessed.
Could you imagine?
I think that would be amazing.
Someone to care for, to be there for. I've got you too.
That would be amazing.
Wouldn't it be
We have to sing Hushabye Mountain.
A gentle breeze on Hushabye Mountain.
They just begin to like, Dad, I can't get to sleep, shut up. Oh my God.
I can't get to sleep.
Truly scrumptious, Liza Minnelli.
This is amazing, because as soon as you said miscast, I thought in my head straight away Liza Minnelli. I did.
Yes, I
did.
think she'd be amazing.
Liza, or I know she keeps creeping up on all our podcasts we do, but Patti LuPone.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I just think that would be a lovely, lovely man. That would be really good.
That was a great impression.
It's just all. Oh God. Grandpa Potts, I thought, in fact, sticking with, I realise I'm doing a cabaret theme, Joel Grey.
Joel Grey.
I think actually he might be quite good.
I think he'd be quite good. Or good as the child catcher. Seriously.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, do you want to know who my child catcher is?
Who?
Bear in mind, this is miscast. Ben Platt.
Oh, Ben Platt?
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I think he's just... No, yeah. They would be running away from...
Waving my lollipops through the window.
Oh, God. My Baron Bombburst is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Wow. Interesting.
Married to Sierra Boggess.
Well,
I mean,
that's a match made in heaven, isn't it?
Oh dear. Do you have any that you'd like to swap in, swap out?
I was thinking about this.
We need to have Brian Blessed.
About Caractacus.
Oh yes, yeah.
Maybe being played by.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, did you have one and it's gone?
No, I had one and then it went. I was thinking more like Nathan Lane, but then I kind of thought actually he'd be all right.
I think he'd actually be able to play it with a bit of art. It was difficult.
Maybe 10 years ago, 20 years ago, he could have done.
What I was doing is I was literally just typing in on all my devices that I had, like musical theatre actors, and just so I could see all the faces kind of thing. And I was just like, oh, that would be hilarious. Actually, no, you'd be able to do it really well. And I sort of, it was
Christopher
hard.
Biggins.
Christopher Biggins?
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
Just to throw a name out there.
Could him and Brian Blessed alternate?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I do want Hushabye Mountain.
So the next question I've got on here.
What number?
Is this number 7 or 8?
I can't remember.
I can't remember.
I think it's 8.
I've no clue. I've absolutely no clue.
I don't know.
It's the drink.
Okay.
Okay. In what year was the stage musical first performed?
Oh.
In what year was that original stage musical first performed?
Very good. Very, very good. Oh dear. Would you want a flying car?
Yes.
Yeah?
absolutely.
So you could just be in a bit of traffic and go, sold this.
Well, I don't actually drive a car.
Oh.
Famously. And I think because some people were born to be driven. And I also sit in the back, so I don't even sit in the front, so I can wave at the poor people as we're driving past. But imagine if that car flew. I could just look down on all the poor people below and sort of joyously wave.
That's called a private jet.
All right, yeah, well, I'll have one of those. I'll take one of those as well. A floating car? I don't know if I'd like a floating car, because if something went wrong and you're in the middle of the ocean...
Yes, I wouldn't trust it. I don't know why I would trust the car in the air. I don't know if I would, actually. Maybe.
Question number 9.
Go on.
Can you complete the lyric?
Oh.
Up from the ashes, up from the ashes.
Bum, bum, bum.
Complete the lyric. Up from the ashes.
I'm completing it, man.
Up from the ashes.
I'm finishing off the music.
You have. Can
you hear it?
Choreography. Totally sublime.
Oh dear. Oh god.
Yeah, I do love Chitty. It's iconic. It made my childhood complete.
Yes.
And yeah, let's have a remake of the movie. And I definitely watch it again if there is a West End revival, because I loved it in London. The Leeds production was absolutely sensational.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and I took my friend Carol, of course you know Carol, we went to that together. It was a birthday treat for her. And we absolutely adored it. Shall we finish today's podcast with question number 10?
Yes, please.
What colour is associated with the Baron and Baroness Bomberg?
Oh.
What colour do you associate with the Baron and Baroness?
Ooh. I know that we've been miscasting this production, but speaking of the film that we're going to obviously make, it's going to happen.
It's happening.
It's happening. Who would you want as your Caractacus and Truly?
I'd like to give Caractacus a go if it was 20 years ago.
Oh,
but
yes.
Charlie Stemp.
I don't think I know Charlie Stemp, do I?
Charlie Stemp?
Do I?
Oh, wow. So Charlie Stemp is massive at the moment in London and indeed on Broadway. He was Bert in Mary Poppins. And he was the lead in Half a Sixpence, the new Stars and True sort of revival.
Got you. I'm not brilliant with names,
just an incredible talent.
Oh, and you can really see him.
And as Truly Scrumptious now, an English Rose. Hannah Waddingham. Wouldn't that be a nice mix?
Yes, I adore her.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, she can just do anything in my eyes.
She can.
She really can. I think that would be really
Can she down
nice.
a cocktail as good as we can?
Should we give it one more go?
Let's go.
Pretty Shitty Gangbang.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers.